Okay, this is the final video in our CSV import series. In the last video we imported our sponsorship relationship, so let's go ahead and check on how that went. I'm going to go to my Guatemala program and we'll open that up, and then we'll go to View and look at our sponsorship summary. Now we can see in our summary that we have 10 sponsorships, and we can see here's the child and the child ID number 100, and it is matched to this sponsor ID 123. Now if we look at our CSV file that we imported, we see that sponsor ID 123 was indeed connected to sponsor or child ID 100. The same with 124 to 101, and if we look here, 101 is indeed connected to 124. So our sponsorships imported correctly. Now in this last video, we are going to import payments. So again, we'll go back to the import page, click continue. And now we'll go and choose our payments CSV. We'll open that up and choose the import type is payments and upload. And now once again we need to match the fields that are in our database to those that are in our CSV file. So I'm going to go over here and open up this CSV file. So here is our CSV file, and again it's similar to the sponsorships in that we have our sponsor ID column, our child ID column, we have our payment ID, the amount, the stamped, and notes for these payments. So going through these fields, we first have our match donor fields. So we choose the donor ID. Again, this must be unique. If I try and match it to first name, I might have several donors with the same first name, and we will apply payments to the wrong donors. So we have our donor ID within Help You Sponsor, and then in the CSV file, that is our sponsor ID. Our recipients field in Help You Sponsor is our ID number, and in our CSV file is our child ID. And I'll just repeat it again. These must be unique. It must be a field that is 100% guaranteed to be unique. Now, our payment amount column from the CSV file, that is our amount. And we can just go over here and verify that. The payment date, that is our stamped. Our result or notes from the column from the CSV, I have that as a notes column, so we will choose note. The payment method. Now the payment method can be any one of these options, and I can choose a column in the CSV, but I don't actually have a payment method column in my CSV. So instead I am going to set a default, and I'm going to set that as credit card. So if I had a payment method, I could choose that payment method, and let's just say it is the include file field. Now I could also set the default so that if one of these is empty, then it would automatically include this default in the database. But this isn't actually the payment method. And then the payment type, again we could choose the payment type field. And again, listed here, these are the options, or we can just set a default, and this works the same way as how I explained with the payment methods. So these are sponsorships, And that's all there is to it. So we will click Insert. Our job has been queued, and now we will just wait for the email to come in. Okay, since this is the last video, I went ahead and paused it and waited for the queue to complete, and now we will go and check on the results. So we'll go to our donors, and so we'll choose one of our donors and take a look at how the process completed. We'll go to Donations. And we see here also in the commitments area that when we imported our sponsorships in the last video, that it created this commitment for Eric for $35 per month. And down here at the bottom we have the donation history, the payment, the date that it was made, and the type, who it was for, the method, and the result that we imported. So, and the amount. And that's it. Everything went perfectly. So now you're ready to do your own CSV imports into Help You Sponsor.